All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our segment, The World Works Online. And this is our episode 11, season 2, episode 11. And today's topic is all about what a global business taught us about confidence. And before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves first. Good morning, ladies. Maayong buntag sa tanan, maayong udto, maayong hapon. Ako di ay si Rona. I am originally from Siquijor, Philippines, now living here in Maine, USA. And I am a mom, a healthcare worker, and a proud digital business owner. Over to you, Sis Alvina.
Hello everyone! Naimbag nga bigat, aldaw kan tabii nga awan labas na. Welcome here to our Words Work Online, episode 11, season 2. So, yes, another exciting episode of the Word Works Online. We're so glad you're here. My name is Alvina, a wife educator by profession, living here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, originally from Isabela, Philippines. I'm Ilocana po, naimbag nga bigat, and doing the business part-time while doing our full-time job. Thank you for being here. Take it away, Sis Nindini.
Ladies, if you're in your 50s and you're losing your confidence, this is the right place to be. So, thank you so much for watching and just hop onto one of our pages and register on our website, and your whole life will change. I guarantee you that. So, yeah, I'm Nandini and I do this business, and this business got me my entire confidence back. So, thank you. Over to you, Rona.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you for being here today as well. So, yes, our topic today is what a global business taught us about confidence. And stepping into a global business can be both exciting and intimidating. It pushes us beyond our comfort zones, challenges our self doubt, and teaches us to grow through every experience, mistake, and lesson. And confidence isn't about knowing everything, it's about being willing to learn, adapt, speak up, and keep showing up. Sometimes the biggest transformation isn't just the business we build, but the person we become along the way. And here's my take on this about this topic. Have you ever been in a room or even just on a Zoom call with people and with different countries, different backgrounds, different experiences, and suddenly you start questioning yourself, do I belong here? What if I say the wrong thing? What if what I know isn't enough? Because honestly, that was me. When I first started building a global business, I doubted myself a lot. I was afraid that whatever I said was incorrect. I was afraid of making mistakes. I would sometimes compare myself to people who seemed more confident, more experienced, more knowledgeable. And there were moments when I thought, maybe I'm not ready for this. But being exposed to a global community taught me something I never expected. Confidence isn't something we are born with. We become confident. We build it through experiences, through learning, through uncomfortable conversations, through mistakes, through showing up even when we're nervous. And not just personally, but professionally too. When you step into an international space, you realize how small your comfort zone really was. You meet people who have different ways of thinking, people from different cultures, people who are already doing things you've never done before. And instead of making me feel like I wasn't enough, eventually it challenged me to grow. I learned to speak up. Doing go lives like this, I learned that it's okay to ask questions. And it's very important to ask questions. I learned that I don't have to have the perfect answer all the time. And most importantly, I learned that being confident doesn't mean you know everything. And let me say that again. Confidence doesn't mean knowing everything. Confidence is being able to say, I don't know yet, but I'm willing to learn. And it's being able to make mistake and say, okay, what can I learn from this? It's being willing to try again after something didn't work. And sometimes confidence isn't simply showing up even when your voice is shaking. I think so many of us can relate to this, especially if you've ever started over in life. Maybe you moved to another country, started a new career, became a parent, step into something completely unfamiliar because you wanted a better future. We often think we need confidence before we take the first step, but that is actually the other way around. What if we take the first step and confidence comes along the way? Because every time you survive something uncomfortable, you become a little stronger. Every time you learn something new, you become a little more capable. Every mistake teaches you something. Every experience adds another layer to who you are. And one day you look back and realize, wow, I'm not the same person who started. That's one of the biggest lessons this global business has taught us. It didn't just teach us digital skills, it taught us to believe that we can learn, that we can adapt, that we can sit a global table and realize that we belong there too. And maybe you don't feel confident today. That's okay. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to start, willing to learn, and willing to keep showing up because confidence isn't built in a one big moment. It's built in hundreds of small moments when you choose not to give up on yourself. And sometimes the version of you that you're willing to become, waiting to become, it's already being built by the steps you're taking today. So again, thank you so much, and I hope that helps you and letting you know how what this business has taught us about confidence. Over to you, Sis Alvina.
Yes, thank you. So, yes, what a global business taught us about confidence. So, I love this topic because I'm busy for myself. It's like that. I don't have confidence. So, have you ever wondered what happened when you step into a space that feels bigger than you? For me, stepping into a global business taught me something I never expected. It taught me confidence. But you know what? Confident does not come first. My experience, I had to start before I felt ready. I don't know everything. Let me share a little bit about my journey. So I came from the Philippines, like immigrants, like they're not like you are. If you are immigrant watching right now, I came to a country with dreams of building a better life. When I came to Canada, I had to start over, right? Because it's not the same. There's a lot of things you need to work out. So I worked different jobs, including working to as a domestic helper and nanny in Hong Kong for many years before I came to Canada. I knew that if um I move forward, then another experience, another the transition. But I knew what if what to feel like to work hard, sacrificing and start from zero. And honestly, when I first entered an online business world, I feel I can I don't have the confidence. Technology was new to me. Speaking in front of people was uncomfortable. Meeting people from different countries and sharing my stories online pushed me for outside my comfort zone. But I learned an important lesson. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build through action. So every time I show up for a training, learning something new, every time I spoke on some call, I become little more confident. Every time I shared my posts, my made my videos and connected with someone from another country, I become more confident. And that's what the global business taught me. I didn't just teach me about business, just like Sis Rona mentioned. It taught me how to communicate. It taught me how to listen. It taught me how to learn from people with different experience and perspectives. And most of all, it taught me that your background does not have to limit your future. You know, you don't have to know everything before you begin, right? You just need to be willing to learn, take the next step, and allow yourself to grow. Because sometimes the person you become while building your dreams is even more valuable than the dream itself. So today, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm still stepping out of my comfort zone. And that's the beauty of the journey. You don't become confident by waiting for fear, or you just disappear, right? You become confident by moving forward even when you're afraid. So, if you're here today or you're standing right now, like watching us, this is the time to start. Don't underestimate yourself. Start where you are, use what you have, and learn as you go. Right? So, yeah, and one thing more, surround yourself with people who will encourage you and guide you. And most importantly, believe that you are capable of being more, right? Because if someone who once started just like us over a new country, worked different jobs, and had learned everything step by step and grow into a confident global entrepreneur leader, so you can believe in yourself. Your story is not limitation. Your story can become more strengthening you. So keep learning, keep showing up, keep growing, and remember, confidence comes from taking the first step, then taking another one. That's for me. Thank you.
I love that. Confidence comes in taking your first step and then taking another one. It's so true. You know, as you grow older, you do lose your confidence. You do lose your self esteem. You do become a little unsure, a little more vulnerable. I had lost everything. So with me, it was like a double whammy. I just didn't know what to do and I could not afford to make another mistake. I couldn't. I think I would have just gone into some sort of deep little hole and stayed there. As it is, I felt like covering my head and, diving under the blankets and not coming out. But I know a lot of women, as they grow older, they become a little more tentative, not so sure, not so um, vocal with their opinions. This is a place for you. Because over here, we will teach you how to shine. Over here, your opinion does matter. Over here, your unique self will be important to us because that's what I've seen. What I have been able to share with my community, I was telling Rona when we were starting today, has given me so much confidence, so many blessings. Today I feel like I'm 16 again because every day I'm meeting young people and people of my age, and together we are building something wonderful. Not just our businesses growing, not just financially wonderful. Yes, that's important too, but something wonderful that's happening in our hearts, something wonderful as a community of people working together for one vision. There is something amazing about that. And as Alvina said, you don't have to know everything before you start. You just have to be ready to say, yes, I'm willing, and let's get it going. And also, like Rona said, you may think, oh my God, am I in the right place? Oh my God, can I give my opinion? Yes, you can. And it's important to us. So surround yourself with your cheerleaders, and we'll definitely be those. Thank you so much. If anybody would like to join, calling out all you ladies out there, and other people as well, and the gents. Just hop onto our pages and we'll be here with you. Bye and thank you. I think my electricity has gone. Bye.